Hey, so I've talked with a bunch of cleaners recently, and a lot of them are struggling with converting leads. And it has to do with their follow up game. I've talked to more than one cleaner this week that actually finally just broke down and said, you know what, Ruben, I actually think I'm not following up with my leads enough. Yeah, I'm picking up the phone, and yes, I'm calling people back and I'm responding to leads quickly when they come in. But now that you mention it, I'm not really following up. Once I talk to somebody and give them a quote, if they don't book, then I don't really follow up again after I've talked with them. And that's definitely costing you money. I've learned recently that some other home services industries are following up with their leads up to 7 times, depending on how valuable the job is. If it's a renovation job, then obviously some of these companies are going to follow up with leads over and over again until they know for certain that they've lost the job. Cleaners, on the other hand, cleaners often follow up with the lead one time, try to be responsive on the phone or respond back to somebody with a price, and then they leave it at that. And I know this because we work with enough cleaners and I've talked with enough people, even just in the last week, that I know people are not really following up. And I wanted to make sure that I gave you a tool that would help you to follow up with your leads better, to follow up with them more than once and increase your booking rates so that you can actually make more money and more of a return on investment through all of the marketing that you're doing. If we've built your website, then you should have leads coming in from the form that we installed and also from the chat widget. These leads should all get captured in our system so that you can follow up with them. First thing we're going to do is log into your opportunity pipeline, which is like your CRM, where all of your leads from your website go. So we've installed chat and a lead form on your website. And when anybody comes in through those leads, they're going to end up right here in this opportunity pipeline. And you're probably used to getting a notification on your phone by email when you get these leads. But we also put them into this opportunity pipeline. What should happen when you get a lead is you'll receive the notification and you can either reply back by email or pick up the phone and call them or do both. And as soon as you get a lead and you contact them back, then take them from this new leads column over here and move them into contacted. And by the way, before I forget, there is an app for this. So if you'd rather do all of this on an app on your phone and you don't want to have to log into your computer, maybe because you're out in the field, you can get the app and you can do all of this same stuff, move your leads around in the pipeline. So now you've contacted the lead, and that's your first opportunity to try to win the job. Is as soon as somebody reaches out and asks for a quote, contact them back immediately by phone, by email, by text even, and try to win the job. Get them an estimate as quickly as possible, try to figure out what their needs are, and then try to win the job, right? Now, you're not done yet. If you don't book the job, then what you're going to want to do next is follow up with the lead. You can either follow up with them same day. So let's say you get a lead at 9 o'clock in the morning, they don't book. 5 p.m. that same day, you call them back and say, hey, just checking back in with you. We spoke earlier today about cleaning. I wanted to see if you were ready to get that booked. We have Tuesday available at 4 o'clock. So you can follow up those leads the same day. You could follow up with them the next day. You could follow up with them the day after that if you want. You could send them an email. You could maybe send them a proposal from House Call Pro, an estimate that they could either accept or reject. People find it really satisfying to accept or reject proposals. So if you're having trouble closing people over the phone or by email, then one thing you could try is just sending everybody an estimate and letting them accept or reject the estimate. Every single person that requests a quote through your website or through your phone, just send them an estimate. That's one way to do it, or just follow up manually, call them. And anytime you follow up with somebody, take them from this contacted call over here, move them to followed up. You can open up the lead and then you can go over to notes and you can add in additional notes. So let's say you followed up today. So followed up via phone, customer isn't ready to book yet, says maybe next week. And then now you kind of know what you talked about the last time you spoke with this person. You can add that note and then you can just stay more on top of your leads and what discussions you've had with people in the past. Now, let's say you book an appointment with somebody, take the lead, move them over here to appointment booked. And then after the appointment's done, you can move them to appointment completed if you want to. But once you have booked the appointment, I would open up the lead here and I would update the opportunity value with however much money they're going to spend with you. So if they're going to spend $347, then put that in there and update the lead. And that'll save the value of your leads. And you can actually start to calculate the kind of the return on investment that you're getting from these leads by just attaching the value of every job that you do in here. And so the more you follow up with leads and move them from this pipeline from left to right here, from contacted to followed up to appointment booked and all that, I think the more you'll get the feeling that you have somebody to contact every day, right? And if you don't have any new leads coming in, then there may still be somebody that you could contact back or follow up with from yesterday or the day before or the week before. You can also do this every couple of months. So every 3 months or every 6 months or every 12 months, you could go back through the jobs that you've done and you could contact people back and say, hey, it's been about 6 months since your last appointment. This is just a service notification. I've got Tuesday at 9 a.m. available next week. Do you want to go ahead and get your next cleaning scheduled? One tip, just assume the sale when you talk with people. Just assume that they're going to book with you because they reached out, they requested a quote. And when you give them the quote, just assume that the next step is they're going to book with you. Let them know what day and time you have available that would work. And then simply ask them, can I go ahead and get you scheduled in that spot? You'll increase your booking rates by just confidently assuming that you've already won the job with people. Make people tell you no, that they're not ready to book or that they're calling around to get more quotes or whatever. Make them tell you no. But until they tell you no, just assume that you've won the job and try to get them on your schedule. When you contact people back, either to follow up, or let's say you've cleaned for this person before and you're following up 6 months later and you want to get them on your schedule. Again, just assume that you've got the sale, that they're your customer and they need you to come back and clean again. And all you need to do is just pick a date and time. We cleaned for you 6 months ago. It's time to get that cleaned again. I've got Tuesday available. Let me know if I can get you on the schedule. I've got 9 a.m. Just text me back and let me know if that works for you, or just give me a call back and let me know if that day and time works. Otherwise, I got Thursday open too. So just take these tips, add it into your daily, weekly activity. And I think you'll see that your booking rates will go up. You'll win a lot more customers just by following up with people, because just because somebody tells you they're not ready to book today doesn't mean that they're booking with somebody else. They might call around to 2 other companies and nobody else answers the phone. You're the only one who actually provided a quote. But they just didn't call you back to book because something else came up. Something happened at work. They had to take the kids to soccer. So when you follow up with people, you actually show that you're interested in winning their business. And in some cases, you're going to find customers that just go, oh, hey, I appreciate you calling me back. Yeah, no, I do want to get that booked. And I just got busy. I haven't had a chance to call you back. Let's go ahead and pencil it in for next week. If you need access to this, let me know. Send me any questions that you have. Good luck with everything. I hope you win more business.